Gulliver wasn't filled with animated characters as we usually do in our films. We had the big problem of producing on the screen big people and little people. The Lilliputians, of course, were tiny ones compared to Gulliver, and then, of course, the Brobdingnagians were giants. So the two extremes, we had to make use of a technical facility called a traveling mat. In Hollywood, it was seldom used. Mostly rear projection was used in Hollywood at that time. And we wanted to, we had about something like 350 to 400 traveling mat shots to produce the completed production. So we felt we would like to make use of the Rank Laboratory in England. They had a process that used sodium lighting and produced an instantaneous traveling mat. Of course, traveling mats cost a great deal when you have to put them together. They take a great deal of time. Many times they take about 3 or 4 weeks to see the final result. So we had to cut corners by having what we call perspective photography. We would put Gulliver in the foreground and then put the Lilliputians at a distance, maybe 200 yards back of Gulliver, and have Gulliver look at a certain position where he was standing, and the illusion that you would have in the final picture would be that Gulliver was talking to very tiny people. And that made a lot of the shots much quicker and much less expensive to produce than using traveling mats all the time. We're fortunate enough to have Kerwin Matthews again in this production after the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and he was quite experienced by this time of looking off scene and seeing nothing and still pretending to see something. So that was a great asset.
Hello.
We shot most of the Three Worlds of Gulliver in Spain. We wanted to use the same locations that we used in the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. We found some new ones as well. But most of the picture was shot in the Costa Brava and in the heart of Madrid. We had to build a number of miniatures for Gulliver. They were built by the Spanish crew in Madrid, and beautifully done. We had a Spanish art director, Gil Parrando, who was excellent at designing the sets. The attack on Blefuscu, I think it was called at that time, there were many ships that Gulliver had to pull away from the harbor. And the prop department, of course, built these beautifully made ships, about 5 feet long, so that they'd be in proportion to Gulliver, who was supposed to be a giant. And we shot that at Pinewood in a big special effects stage where we flooded the floor with water.
That's the end of our Navy.
We're defeated.
We're bankrupt.
The storyboards I drew for the Three Worlds of Gulliver required a great deal of detail because we had little people and big people. It was necessary to keep track of where we could cut because certain sequences had to be restricted to size and length. The storyboards of a film is almost like a cartoon strip in a funny paper, where you have to have progressive little designs so that you know the flow of the story is pictorially being told. These storyboards are also published in the script in a form of continuity so that the actors know exactly what they're doing. And so they see on the sketches exactly what they're supposed to be looking at. I think in the Three Worlds of Gulliver, between the dynamation sequences, the traveling mat sequences, and the split screen sequences, we covered new ground. We had to devise new ways of doing things many times because the old ways just wouldn't work on certain sequences. But all in all, I think Gulliver came out quite well, and I was certainly delighted to have Bernard Herrmann do the music once again for our film. And Charles and I feel that that is one of the films that we most enjoyed doing.